Well, when you look at the longer term climate trend, it is very clear that we are in an era where our temperatures are warming up. There is no denying that. So certainly in the long term, we are seeing an increase in temperatures due to climate change, due to human-induced climate change, to be specific. However, there's a thing called climate variability. So there will be exceptional years where it's going to be extremely hot other than other years. You will have other years where the temperatures will dip a bit. So it's the natural variability within the climate system. Last year in particular was extremely hot for two reasons. Of course, I mentioned we have human-induced climate change, which is causing temperatures to increase. But on top of that, we had an El Nino year, which means that conditions are actually hotter and warmer and drier, in our area. So certainly those factors combined resulted in a very hot year last year. And what we're seeing right now, based on the current trend, is that we're also heading for a very hot year. I must mention that on the short term, I'm doing two things here. So on the short term, which is the weather scale, we are going to see things changing a bit over the next few hours. Indeed, looking at what we have done already to the climate system, it is very difficult to say that we can reverse the impacts. Certainly we can alleviate, and that is what is being done, I believe, at the regional and the international level to try to mitigate the impacts by reducing, of course, our carbon footprint. However, there is already a lot of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and those take some time to actually come out of the atmosphere. They have a long life as such. Therefore, even if we cut emissions at this point, there will be some continuing heating and warming up of the atmosphere. So to answer your second point, I believe you mentioned that we need to adapt, and that's certainly one of the measures that we take in our region, because as most of us know, we are not a major emitter. So countries like ours, we are not the culprit, so to speak, for what is occurring. So one of the things that we are encouraged to do is to adapt to the effects of climate change.